In short, sharp Super Rugby Aupiki, the semi-finals are on us in the blink of an eye and the phony war is over. With all four teams progressing, you get the feeling they've each held something in reserve for this day, semi-finals, where firstly the Blues take on Matatu. Nau mai haere mai ki Tāmaki Makaurau. Welcome to North Harbour Stadium, double-header and a north-south battle. I'm Ricky Swanell. Honey Hirami Smiler is alongside and Christina Sue is sidelined as we have a look first at the South Island team, Matatu. Well, the All Black Ferns front row got beaten up last week, leaving Love, Rule and Ponsonby with a point to prove. Otago's Emma Dermody gets a start at lock alongside Cindy Nellis. That means Captain Alana Bremner moves to 8 with Reynolds and Jenkins in the loose. Daihini and Rosie Kelly will steer Matatu around with Brooker and Duplessis capable of cutting up in the middle. The powerful Martha Matieli gets a start on the wing with Robin Risi on the right and the ever-reliable Renee Holmes at the back. And off the bench, Wallaroos lock Sarah Nangama returns, while Cheyenne Cunningham is in line for a debut. Matatu is coached by Blair Baxter. And it is a very good afternoon to Honey Hirami Smiler.
Talo Falava, welcoming everybody to the semi-finals of Super Rugby Aupiki. Can't wait for this matchup. And the Blues, well, they're here to avenge their round one loss to Matatu with Beliko, Ngango, Whaonga Tilu, a fearless front row, Blackwell and Roos packed down in the locking spots with McMenamin and Lafaele in the flanks and the abrasive Mikaele Tu'u at number 8. Puckett and Cotterill earn their first start in the game, driver's seat with Captain Demant shifting to 12, partnering with young gun Brunt in the midfield. Vahakolo and Kolosi both standouts this season on the wing, and the dangerous Maliepo, she shifts to the back. And look for the informed Vaipulu to bring some power from the Blues bench alongside recently newlywed Shannon, Ikahihipo, Baylor and Demant.
Well, it looks like a glamour day down there, but let's go and check with sideline Christina Sue. Kia ora iho.
Kia ora Ricky, tēnā tātou katoa. Well, conditions here on the North Shore couldn't get much better for finals footy. It is a scorcher of a day. The playing surface is immaculate. Matatu have won the toss and elected to play left to right as you see it. Blues will kick off.
Yeah, it's an SPF 50 kind of day down there, late summer sun. And a really good track as always here at North Harbour Stadium for the fans that have come in, of course. Double-header day, Blues, Matatu, and then the Chiefs and the Hurricanes later this evening as well. Of course, all four teams qualifying through, Honey, and I guess that means a little bit of that phony war, as I said, is over.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the Blues here, look, they have had a pretty tough run, but they'll take a whole lot of motivation coming off last week's win. The Hurricanes power, look how close every single game has been, but look at the amount of points they're clocking up week in and week out.
Yeah, the Blues just the one win, but they lead many of the statistics, and we first saw her as a 16-year-old first five. Last week she scored 2 tries at second five, a big part of that comeback, and now at 20 years of age, finally Patricia Maliepo in at fullback, where they hope that she can play with that freedom that she showed and made her a Black Fern in 2021. She has got all the skill, all the talent, and it just gives the Blues so many playmaking options to have her there at the back this week. Well, Matatu, 1 win and 2 losses. Their win came against the Blues back in round 1. They start matches well, but they have a bad patches in each of them, and that was evident last week against the Chiefs when they were right in it as well. Such a key for them. The player who will be driving them around the park is their first five, number 10, Rosie Kelly. She has been around the first-class scene for quite some time now, still only 23 years of age, but had a really good game last week. Carries hard, can break the line, and has excellent game nous as well, which Matatu will need in this semi-final.
Matatu! Kitai! Hey! Kara! Takawaka! Kitai! Kitai! Panukana! Kapanekeneke! Panukana! Kapanekeneke! Patamana Marakura! Hemana Takitini! Kairo Matatu! Kairo Tetarapa! Manui Kaitai! Pantani Kairo!
Matatu introduce themselves to the Blues and to this North Harbour Stadium crowd as they gear up for this first semi-final. We go back to round one, 33-31. It was Matatu who won that match when these teams last played. But they had to cling on in that one. And they will know that the Blues have improved since then as well. Match officials, Mike Winter is in charge, the man in the middle with assistant Todd Petrie and Tanika Urata. Our TMO is the very experienced Lee Jeffrey as we are ready to go. No time to muck around in Super Rugby Aupiki. Semi-finals are upon us and it is the Blues taking on Matatu in the first match of the day.
Be behind.
Underway in the first semi-final as Blues go shallow, and it was straight into the breadbasket of Maya Roos, but couldn't quite hold on to it. Almost came away, straight away did Maya Kawana Kolani Roos, but instead it'll be a scrum for Matatu, and it's a chance, Honey, for their tight five to straight away get into their work after being beaten up last week.
Yeah, this will be an area that Matatu will target for sure. Blues, they've probably struggled a lot in the lead-up games with their start, so for them, it's about getting in early on the defence, shutting down their space and time.
Crouch. Bind.
Daihini will feed the scrum. Very experienced front row now for Matatu with Pip Love, Georgia Ponsonby and Amy Rule, the World Cup winners. Each of them started the final. By contrast, Chris Valiko, very promising, a Black Ferns trialist coming back from injury, Grace Nano and Esther Whaiongwatilo for the Blues.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Let's go.
Front rows have gone down, but they'll be able to play through Heaney, and here's Rosie Kelly for the first time as she stands a kick downfield, and it's gone straight into the hands of Jamie Kolosi, and this is where the Blues could be really dangerous as they threaten from wide, and Caitlin Vahakolo comes together with Martha Matieli. Matieli getting the start today for Matatu as the Blues come up over halfway through the ever-impressive Liana Mikaele-Tu'u. Through the hands they go, and now out the back for Demanton. Maliepo playing up in the line. We'll see that a lot. Here's Kolosi, Jamie Kolosi, who's been super impressive so far this season. Blues will go through the hands and McMenamin. And now Cottrell makes a little break back in the side for Puckett. And now McMenamin, quick ball again. Blues really pressing early here. Mali Airport takes it to the line once more and just losing control. It comes unstuck, but it looked dangerous.
Definitely did, Ricky. And they've been known to really want to play some running rugby, and that's exactly what you're seeing with their first lot of possession. Matatu do well to defend that onslaught there. Look at the break here from Kristen Cotterill, finding support play and Puckett. Both of those players earn a starting spot. They've been outstanding through the pool play.
You spoke about Kristen Cottrell, Honey. She is a key player. Hasn't played a lot of minutes so far. She's only had 6 carries in the minutes through Aupiki and beaten 3 defenders. So her with ball in hand, she will be threatening.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
So Heaney will feed the scrum right on the 22. It's a big shove. They've been pushed off this ball, Matatu, and it's there in the back for Mikaele Tu'u. Great scrum from the Blues, and now playing under advantage. Kolosi just wrapped up by her opposite, Robbins Leti. More pressure on here. Good little shift from Valiko to Roos. Ripped away, though. They'll go for the penalty, though. But what a scrum from the Blues.
Oh, that's a huge statement from the Blues. Valiko Ngango really putting in the work there. It's actually Sophie Fisher that's out there for the Blues as well in the front row. But, wow, how about that? They step up against a full Black Ferns front row. Look at that work. Great work from the Blues pack.
was an issue for them last week, the scrum, Matatu. And straight away, they see the Blues go for the percentage play, playing for points in a semi-final, and Kristen Cotterill. Cotterill, nice and straight, and just eases the first points over in the semi-final. The 8-test Blackburn. It's a new kind of cheerleader. And Kristen Cotterill gets the Blues underway, 3 points to 0.
Well, it's a luxury that the Blues have in terms of their kicking game. Cotterill is outstanding. They also have can call on the likes of Demand and Maliapo there. So it's a great tactic to use, and absolutely the right call to make in terms of chasing these points for semi-finals footy.
Shay Robbins-Retty gets us back underway, and ball lands in the arms just as the Matatu defence landed, but it's well controlled off that restart from the Blues, and Puckett is able to clear for Cotterill. Here's the options that they've got. It's Dement playing out at 12, and Cotterill on the wraparound, and she's able to free Lafayette. He's a good athlete. Colossi is with her. Amy Colossi, 4 tries so far this season, and they're up over halfway again, the Blues. Puckett, I was going to say, Chris, quick delivery. The bounce was kind for Maliapo. Puckett. Now Cotterill looks for some open space, trying to get in behind this Matatu defence, and they've done exactly that. And yeah, it was a 50-22. It's just going to check where Kristen Cotterill was, and that is a great boot forward.
Well, already you can see the likes of Kristen Cotterill, her influence on the game, and the reason why she has been given the starting jersey at number 10. Such a gifted athlete, 50-22, not an easy manoeuvre to pull off.
And she brings that level of composure about her play as well. Just knows when to throw it, kick or run.
Here come the Blues again. It was quickly in the hands of Cotterill once more, and they shift across and work a bit of move, trying to get their speedsters into it. No way through for Vahakolo there. Now Cotterill once more. Cut out ball for Colossi, little bit of room. Robbins-Retty had come up, but the ever-reliable Renee Holmes was there. The Blues have made a great start to this match. Here's Fisher charging onto it in the number 3 jersey. Through the hands they go, and it's Blackwell. Matatu having to make a lot of early tackles. Cotterill from a standing start goes back to the traffic, and again it's penalty advantage for the Blues.
Right on, she's out, don't milk that.
Mikaele Su'u just driving 5 metres short of the line. And now will the Blues forwards go to work? Yeah, they will. It's Fisher supported by Blackwell this time. And now Nunort looking for some support too. She's driven off the ball, and it's another penalty.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for the points here.
Smart decision here from the Blues. Ricky spoke about it earlier, about being finals footy. Scoreboard pressure does mean a lot. But they've been impressive so far in this opening 8 minutes. The Blues have generated momentum with some consistency. Mal Puckett does well here to just smart halfbacks do. They'll trap them in there to generate that penalty.
Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Stick it on your guys' line. Let's stick it on your guys' line.
Still hear the constant chatter in the background from the Blues as Cotterill sets this kick and has no problem once more. And it's been an excellent 8 minutes from the Blues. They lead 6 points to 0.
Well, they dominated all the possession, and what I'm really liking is the cohesion that they're playing in terms of the transition play between their backs and their forwards.
Matatu It's back underway again. Haven't really been able to get into this game yet, have Matatu. That's because the Blues have controlled the pace and the tempo, and that's a good carry from Maya Roos. Is another advantage being played the Blues' way, and Maliepo crashes forward.
Right on 7.
Brunt, oh, a little show, and then through the line she goes. Sylvia Brunt looking for the support, doesn't take it on. Great covering tackle by Renee Holmes. Last line of defence stands firm, and then the ball spills out of the hands, but Sylvia Brunt just cut the Matatu defence open.
Well, she proves to be such a threat with ball in hand, and you can't give her any space and time. Look at that, ball in 2 hands. She throws the dummy, goes through the defence here. She's patient play here. Unfortunately, a support play. You see a slight knock on coming in, so that's good defence coming in from Matatu. Now they get possession with ball. Really important time for them to get themselves back into this game.
Matatu, the Blues were playing under penalty advantage. It was a long way back, but discipline for Matatu was an issue last week. That scrum creaked, but Brooker stabs a little kick through on the angle here for Duplessis to chase, but it's been well read, and the bounce was kind for Maliepo. Might have lost that in contact though, did she? Yes, she did, Maliepo. Good work from Duplessis. And now Matatu will try and catch them on the counter. Oh, Matieli just goes hammering into contact. Kelly for Emma Dermody getting a start for the first time this weekend. Here's Love, lays it back, and playing advantage still as the referee and for Matatu's way. And now a chance for them just to kind of get going here.
Yeah, patience is key for Matatu here. You saw they transitioned well into attack. There was a little bit of disorganisation, but they did start to find themselves getting organised, getting themselves back into their pod play. It's vital that they hold position here.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that, honey, about holding position. They are the team that kicks probably the most, 41 kicks in play to the Blues 22, and before you saw Rosie Kelly or Grace Brooker put a little grubber in behind, so they are showing variation, but the position that they do have, they need to utilise it and capitalise on it.
Nice, G. Great scrum, Pip. Great scrum. Hold our space. 8 Blues, stay there. Hold there, Blue. Oh, yeah, stay where you are now. Stay there.
Ponsonby will throw for Bremner, who brings it down in the middle. And Matatu will set the ball and try and rumble out of here a little bit, get themselves into some position and territory. The Blues have done, well, I was going to say done well to disrupt, but they've done so in a legal manner.
Side entry, 7 Blue.
Yes, Lafayette there being penalised, but I'll tell you what, she's been making a real menace of herself in and around that breakdown area. They won't make things easy for Matatu. They'll look to go to the corner here. Renee Holmes. The line-out's been a real weapon for them. They love to launch from this. They do well when they can get their driving maul going.
Numbers are good.
Ponsonby, this time she's going to look for Nellis, the Canadian international, in the black headgear in the middle, brings it down for Matatu. It's been funneled back to Ponsonby. Heaney wants it, and she'll go from halfback. Here's Kelly, and now Brooker flat, running a great hole and a great ball as the energizer, Kendra Reynolds, under the posts for Matatu.
Well, it's exactly what the Matatu needed to do here, and it's a well-oiled set-piece move. Look at that manipulation there from Matatu. And Kendra Reynolds, man, she shows good pace here. Goes straight through that hole between Brunt and Demand. Look at that, she's in for everything.
Oh, she sure is, and it's no stopping her. We're only sort of 15 metres from that try line.
Converted as well. by Renee Holmes. So after battling early on, Matatu strike with the first try of the semi-final. And it was a well-worked Sui.
Yeah, it certainly was, and it was Brunt that sort of misread that one. She drifted and let that hole open right up for Kendra there, and great ball playing from Brooker.
Yeah, how was Brooker's reaction in the background?
She deserves a celebration, that one, Brooker.
She's ever enthusiastic between, Brooker and Reynolds. That's a combo, and it's worked well, and it's put Matatu in front 7 points to 6 after 15 minutes. Oh, restart was pinpoint, but again, it's just come off a blue hand, so, and into touch, so the option here for Matatu, scrum or line out.
Scrum option, knocked on directly into touch by blue.
Well, captain, Bremner goes straight to Pip Love and asks her, have you got this? Pip gives her the nod, because yes, the first one wasn't so great, but I've got this, captain.
It's interesting, of the 3 kick restarts, they've all been fairly short, just over that 10-metre line, looking to regain possession, whereas sometimes in 15 you typically go for territory.
They've got close, the Blues, to a couple of them as well. Hasn't come off, but...
Space? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Let's get that space. That's on you too. Yeah. And then make sure we're set and hold out the back, eh? Set and hold out the back. Yeah, thanks. Crouch. Bind. Set.
That's moving all over the shot, but Heaney's able to clear it out. And then for Brooker, she had Duplessis on a short line, couldn't handle the ball as she got the oncoming Blues defence at the same time. It was ambitious from Matatu, and it didn't work out.
Yeah, the timing was definitely off there, but it did start from the scrum. Started to turn, so they'll be wanting to tidy that area up. Those two there, quite a formidable midfield pairing. You won't often see mistakes like that from them.
There was a good read there from Ruahei Dement as well. She knew that the ball was coming. Taihini did fairly well, considering their scrum was going backwards. It wasn't the most tidiest ball to distribute from the back of the scrum.
Crouch.
Great attacking opportunity here for the Blues.
Set.
12 metres into Matatu territory, and Puckett to feed. And clear, and another advantage played Blues way, and then out the back it comes for Kolosi, trying to get her fellow winger into it, but the cover defence was good from Matieli. Laid back for Cotterill, and now Blackwell. Blues pile in. Puckett distribution has been good so far from the halfback, getting the start today. Demand out the back for Maliepo. Can't get rid of Jenkins though, Lucy Jenkins, one of the leading tacklers in the competition. Here's Fisher. And now Lafayette. Nice quick ball for Puckett once more. Advantage is over though, so the Blues will play through. Brunt it is. Cotterill and Dement now, then pots a little ball back for Cotterill. A quick shift along for Vahakolo, keeping the ball alive, the Blues, and Caitlin Vahakolo goes in the corner.
Oh, look, when the Blues can string some great bases together, this is a threatening pair of Demand and Cotterill. Look at that, wraparound play from Cotterill, gets it out to Vahakolo. She's down that sideline. How threatening have they been, Sui?
Oh, they have, and they've shown patience. They're using the ball possession wisely. They're not pushing it. The offloads that they are making are well-timed, great support. Matatu have shown some promise in terms of their defence line and the line speed, but they are getting short, cut short out wide.
Well, Caitlin Vahakolo, her third try of the season, the 5-test Kiwi Fern, who has eyes on a Black Ferns jersey now as well. It was a good finish, well set up by the experience of this woman in Dement. Cottrell from wide, or just curls away. But the Blues go back in front, 11 points to 7. Matatu's turn to go shallow again off the restart. That has come off a Matatu hand though, so it'll be Blues throw to the line out.
Yes, that's blue line out. Go girls. Blue line out.
Well, it doesn't quite pay off for them, but it's been an area that they've been challenging. The team's out with the short kick off there, trying to get the restart, sending the likes of Mateli up early. But Blues back in position here. Their line out strong again.
Yeah, nice quick work off the line out for the Blues. Set pieces working well. Now they switch the point of attack again. Demant was clever. And now Vahakolo down the side gets rid of Heaney. She's got the hook and Nunnall in support. Can't quite find her, but doesn't need her just yet. And then, thrown and ripped away to Kelly. And Matatu, a dangerous and broken play. Duplessis opts to kick it away downfield, and it's gone for Maliepo just on her own side of halfway. And she'll look to counter. Wrapped up by Brooker and Duplessis. Brunt steps out of one. Can't quite get the arms free this time.
Straight through, she's fine.
And they've been able to come through and really disrupt here, Kendra Reynolds, and then conceding the penalty.
No, 7 kicked it. 7 Green kicking it through.
Well, how about that for a line-out move? That was sharp to see the switchback play come from that line-out. And Vahakolo, she's getting a decent 40-metre sprint down that sideline. Right in front of you, Christina. How did that look?
Oh, it looked pretty tidy, handy. Carlos Spencer might have been in amongst creating that move. Just good to see when you get to finals, they just show a different variation. Good defence there from Kelly.
Make sure we come in and set before we go up. Thanks. Stay there.
Oh, Blues on the attack and having to stretch across and bring in that line-out ball, and then peeling away is Tafito Lafayette. Just 5 metres short of the line. Puckett for Veliko. Stopped by Rule and Dermody, but the Blues look to threaten again, then giving away the penalty.
Straight on it.
Was it Pip Love who was on that ball and winning it back for Matatu?
Well, that's the experience from the Black Fern prop. Pip Love coming in there. Needed to happen because the momentum was with the Blues at that time. And they've been pushed right back down on their goal line.
Tried to keep this in field.
Flags up.
The Blues. Matatu and Puckett, but yeah, Pip Love with that turnover has got them out of trouble here.
Yeah, we'll stop. Time off. Just hold it.
I think it's just a time. I think it's Sophie Fisher who's just gone down in back play for the Blues, which I think gives us a chance to go inside the Blues camp. And we can have a chat to Census Johnson, which is good timing actually, because he's been working with the Blues on their scrum. Census, what have you made of the start for your team?
I think we've started quite well with the experience that we're up against. I think we've quite well.
Bring Sophie Fisher in late, but also the line-out move there. You must be impressed with that one.
Yes, I am. In fact, a lot of our girls are quite new to playing in the front row as well. So we've done a lot of work over the last few weeks to try and get them right, and especially during set piece, where there needs to be quite a lot of importance on it.
Yeah, what sort of work do you do with them? As I say, Sophie Fisher's a converted lock. What sort of work have you done with the front rowers in particular?
Just a lot of three-on-three work and body positioning as well. Just a different kind of mindset and approach to scrums from what they're used to learning as well. So it's gone quite well.
Good stuff, Census. Well, looks like you're going to get that one back as well. So we'll let you get ready to watch the next scrum. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Scrum option. Yeah, scrum thing. Yeah,
Matatu not having a whole lot of luck here in terms of their set piece. And the Blues, they get the option here, and they've chosen the scrum, which, as Senses has mentioned, they've done a lot of work and they've been dominating in this area in this opening 23 minutes.
That's the pictures that I'm seeing as well.
Isn't it great to see Eloise Blackwell also get a start? She was the one in there contesting in the air in that line out and also appealing to her assistant referee that it wasn't going straight, but you know, she's relishing her start for this game.
Yeah, 46 tests. Eloise Blackwell had a salty few days last year, missing out on the Blackferns, and then got back to work.
Set! Stay here, stay.
And that's a really good stable base for Michaeli Tu'u to go off the back for Puckett. And then they go another set piece. Cosrell just floats one wide here for Vahakolo, who again goes hard into Amy Duplessis. Very rarely shirks on defence, does Duplessis. Good carry, and then just falling forward out of the fingers. Michaeli Tu'u, she's so dangerous in that area, but it couldn't quite connect with McMenamin.
Well, it's a real weapon of theirs, the offload game. Last week they played out with 16 offloads, highest of the round.
Agree? Okay, cool.
But in order for these offloads to come off, the support play needs to be there, and you've got to get your hands freer than that.
And you need to pick your moments, don't you, honey, on that when they do take the ball in contact. Matatu, their defensive line has been rushed. They are connected, but perhaps a couple more phases from the Blues to be up front. Then they can look to get it out wide to their lethal wingers, Vahakolo and Kolose.
Yeah, I agree, but the funny thing is, she's saying the exact same thing about you, so I'm trying to be somewhere in the middle.
They've dropped the water breaks, but a day like today, it's almost like you need it.
I think Pip Love and chatting to referee, both the front row are saying that angling in.
She's getting the same message.
Caitlin Vahakolo.
She's saying it's you, you're saying it's her. I've got to be somewhere in the middle, all right? All good? Sweet, thanks. Are we good to go with that? Okay. Time's going to go back on.
So Sophie Fisher, who used to play out here for North Harbour as a lock, who also kicked goals, moved over the bridge to play for Auckland, now in the Blues and now in the front row, making a good fist of it. She's still only young. She's only 24, Sophie Fisher. Feels like she's been around for years.
Yeah, green ball. Let's go.
I like, even though she's a new front rower, just questioning, making sure that the veteran doesn't get it all her own way on the other side.
Oh, she's up for the challenge, isn't she?
Let's go, locks in.
She's asking good questions, challenging the ref. She won't be dominated.
Fine. Set. Stay there.
Again, that scrum screws around and Brenda has to go off the back. Mataele and Vahakolo come together once more. Yeah, Reynolds and Brenda, I don't think either came in from the right angle, and they held on. Didn't do a whole lot right there, Matatu. And it's Michaeli Tu'u getting the applause.
Well, that's payback for the offload that didn't quite go to hand to McMenamin a few minutes ago, but I'll tell you what, I really like the battle out on the wide channel there between Martha Mataele and Caitlin Vahakolo, really challenging each other out there.
And it's a good run, although it was a little bit high in the contact area. Man, Blues are impressive. They're showing us what they can do on attack, but to get turnovers like that on the other side of the ball is also good work from them.
Front of the line out they go, and it's Michaeli Tu'u there. Can't keep her out of the action at all. But Matatu have got in just to shut this down from the Blues. And now, however, they peeled away through Fisher, who suddenly found herself 3 metres short of the line. But a call comes in, was it from the assistant?
So just scrum option. Oh, okay, sorry, it's just a scrum, accidental obstruction. So she's run into a player that's
She
in
did
front of
seem
her.
to peel away very easily there, Sophie Fisher.
Green scrum, sorry.
Look at all the possession stats
So,
here.
is it just here, eh?
I mean, it's been all Blues this 26 minutes, and what possession Matatu have had. You see them trying to implement their kicking game.
Go straight, straight.
Friendly bents in the tight 5.
Crouch. Bind. No space.
There's a lot of chat going in there, a lot of advice for referee Mike Winter.
Let's get the balance. Keep our space. We agreed pre-match to that. Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Oh, it's another good scrum from the Blues. Heaney's able to clear, and they'll try and crash it out here through Brooker, does Matatu.
No, missed it. Leave it now.
She was quick onto it, Mikaeli Tu'u, but then to miss it. Here's Bremner rather, as Blues get up offside. And they're playing under advantage. That's come off their hand, and they will play the penalty here. Blues just shot up too quickly.
6 blue offside, left early.
It just feels like Matatu, it's fits and starts at the moment. Some really good moments, and then they can't quite get things rolling, and that's probably credit to the Blues' pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think also just that pressure that's coming in and around their set piece, they're frustrated in that area. It's an area that they've done really well in, and they really pride themselves in terms of their scrums and lineouts, but they haven't quite had the freedom to dominate in that area as yet. And again, the kick doesn't go out.
Oh, mistake from Matatu. Just did not find the side there. Didn't sound good coming off the boot of Holmes, and it's more ball, more pressure, more territory for the Blues to work with. Veliko. She is a player of real promise. Chris Veliko gets up, goes again, and takes it to the 22. Lost control, though. Did the loose head prop, did all the hard work.
Well, I actually thought she did a great job here. She goes down, contact here. You don't often see that from a prop. She gets straight back up on the ground, but yeah, unfortunately the ball rolls end over end. That's a great skill set to have.
It also provides an opportunity now for Matatu to utilise this position that they do have, a midfield scrum, almost still in their exit zone. Before the kick from Renee Holmes was directly in the middle of the field. So they just probably need to look to a ball carrier, the likes of Brooker, to just get them some go forward and then play the field positioning.
Scrum penalty this time goes.
Gone around first. Yeah, go if you want.
Against Veliko, and they've tapped and gone quickly here. Matatu, and stabbing a little kick through for Robbins Retty to chase, and it just set up enough for her, and they'll retain possession. So thought having kicked it away, it's going to work out all right for them. Here's Rule stopped on halfway.
Leave it, Blue.
Heaney surveys the options. Kelly for Nellis from a standing start, though, and is caught behind the advantage line, Cindy Nellis. Heaney again. Now Kelly looks to try and turn the Blues around, but that's only gone as far as Colossi, whose anguished cry will tell you what happened.
She's had a lot of traffic come down her way in terms of those kicks. She's done well in previous attempts to pull them in. Unfortunately, goes straight through the breadbasket on that attempt. She knows it. But again, Christina, you mentioned around the tactic too of Matatu. They love to use their kicking game. They've been really starved of position here. This time it pays off though.
Yeah, just through an inaccuracy or an error from Colossi, who's, well, you know, ball in hand, she's just absolutely lethal. She's having some season. I think Rosie Kelly's kicks probably need to find grass rather than hand. So I think in this situation, she probably got off lightly that they get possession.
It's Jamie Colossi, her debut season. She was the county's Manukau Rookie of the Year, just 21, and leads the competition in defenders beaten, line breaks, second most metres.
Time's going to go back on.
4 tries this season. She's
Time's going back
learning
on.
her trade pretty quickly, Jamie Colossi. One time we've really seen Matatu down in this area, honey. They did score from it.
if it's pulling in the scrum, then we are going to play on.
We've seen a few more stoppages in this half compared to the pool games. And the heat, it feels like it's getting hotter and hotter down there, Christina.
It's scorching, I tell you. I'm sweating. I'm meant to be on the panel after this, so I don't have a spare top either. But yeah, it's perfect conditions for rugby.
Well, leave the one that you've got on. Can you just keep that one on? You'll have to deal with it.
Might have to borrow yours, Ricky.
Sit! Stay here, stay.
Another good scrum from the Blues. Now
Stay on
Matatu
six.
get a second way on. It's difficult and controlled
No,
really
they've gone
well at the
straight.
back
It's gone straight.
from Alana Bremner. Still controlling it, Bremner. Now Heaney has to get rid of it. Kelly for Duplessis. Duplessis stopping and trying to change direction. Couldn't get through Cotterill. But this is promising for Matatu. Back in field for Bremner. So much more room to move this week. Alana Bremner playing in the loose as Love carries up onto the 22. Nice quick ball. Holmes, and then they shovel along for the powerhouse Matiele, who's got Jenkins. Jenkins bumps off one, can't get through Maliepo, who stood her ground, the fullback. Matatu come hard at them. Brooker buries the head, goes low, really hard to stop this close Grace Brooker. They do it, just the Blues.
Ball's there.
Ball comes out slowly for Heaney. They're lining up alongside her. Love. Good tackle made on her by Roos. As she lays it back, Bremner again. Oh, heavy contact with Mikaeli Tu'u. Jenkins again around the corner. Holmes almost into a hole. She's put down by Brunt. Still there for Matatu. Ponsonby shovels it along. Robbins-Retty, 1-on-1. The footwork slams the ball down. And the patience and perseverance works in the end for Matatu and Shael Robbins-Retty.
Well, they've been completely starved to possession in this opening 33 minutes, but this is where it all started. That absolute dominant scrum. They've been really put pressure on the Blues here. They gained 8-9 metres from that, and then they went on attack. The interplay between them was great. They found space out both ends. Brought down here Jenkins was, but they recycle ball. They go up the opposite side, and it's the long ball here from Ponsonby to find Shea. She's still got to do some work, but Robbins-Retty is in for Matatu.
And they just showed patience, Matatu did. Spoke about possession being starved. They showed that they could go from edge to edge. They had the support play in place. Pip Love was influential in her ball carrying ability, and Diahine, her distribution, they generated that momentum.
2 visits to the opposition 22 and 2 tries for Matatu. Holmes, oh, she struck that sweetly and off the upright. Thought that was just going to slide in the right-hand post, Renee Holmes. But nevertheless, Matatu go in front thanks to Shea Robbins-Retty. They lead 12-11.
That was a lovely finish there from Robbins-Retty as well. Good footwork. She is New Zealand Sevens, Blackburn Sevens former player.
Ball's brought down by Nellis. And now Heaney scoots away the halfback. Kelly for Bremner, who had a big hand in that try. Alana Bremner, the captain.
Ball's out, play.
Love. Bit of ball playing from the front rowers. Love to Ponsonby. Brooker almost attacked that line again. It's Mikaeli Tu'u who disrupts. Matiele tried to keep it in play, but the Blues smother them over the sideline.
The Blues defence has been really bruising. Right? They're flying up, they're putting on big hits, and they're really making their presence felt.
And Not only that, honey, they're also connected. So they'll pick their moments of when to shoot or when to just stay relaxed and connected. And that's what I was saying with Matatu. They do need to change some angles, or they need to sort of run, catch, pass, run onto the ball if they wanting to generate some momentum.
Nunnall finds Roos in the middle. Michaela Tu'u, who is just becoming a commanding presence in every game she plays. Brant, the offload for Cotterill on the wraparound. Just brought down by Duplessis. Great work over the ball by Jenkins to win it back for Matatu and earn the penalty for her team.
Well, she continues to prove to be a real handful, doesn't she, Jenkins? You saw her early involved in the lead up to Shay Robbins-Retty's try, and then once again she's constantly over the ball, constantly menacing in and around that breakdown, making a real nuisance for herself, but it's her timing in and around those steals. She's a master at that.
She's the line.
Still only 22, Lucy Jenkins. Another who's been around for a long time. As Matatu look to launch here again. Wouldn't one of these teams love to strike before half-time? Holmes back in field for Mataele. Hasn't had room, Mataele, but she's carried hard when she's got ball. Brooker. Gonna struggle to squeeze that one out of there, but does so eventually for Heaney. Ball's allowed to come for Love. And now Nellis, not going through Roos though. Flat into the hands of Ponsonby, who's good roaming in the loose, and then, Robbins-Retty almost had Bremner through the hole. Couldn't control it, did the Matatu captain. And now the Blues through McMenamin. Cottrell, crossfield kick, how's the bounce? Not quite there as Kendra Reda's just braced herself for impact. And did well. Penalty advantage for Matatu.
No, you're too far. Off feet, gotta stay up. Off feet, 13 blue.
Well, we watched them in the warm-up, honey, didn't we, with that crossfield kick for the Blues. Lots of options, didn't quite come off, and it could put them under more pressure here.
And we haven't seen a lot of kicks in play from the Blues because they are a real running rugby team. But you can see Cotterill, she puts that kick up and she did find some space. She finds some space, but unfortunately the bounce doesn't quite go Vahakolo's way. It's a good tactic.
It is a good tactic, and she's got time. There's no pressure on her from the Matatu defence there. A lovely hit from Sylvia Brunt. You spoke about the physicality from the defensive side before, honey.
Away come Matatu again. Brooker. Nice and flat out the back for Duplessis. Holmes up into the line. She's got Robbins-Retty with her. We've already seen the good footwork from Robbins-Retty as Matatu pour forward again. Rule stopped in her tracks and then driven backwards and then ripped by Michaela Tu'u. Matatu blow back over it though. Heaney able to offload. Duplessis for Brooker. Matatu keeping the ball alive brilliantly. Rule for Holmes. Holmes and Robbins-Retty crashes over again, and Matatu strike once more through Shay Robbins-Retty.
Well, she bags a double against her name in the first half of the semi-final. But I tell you what, Matatu, they are so dangerous every time they've been down in their 22. They have turned that into points, and 5 points at that to take the lead. Look at the play between the backs and forwards here. The dominant defence comes in from Michaela Tu'u again, but they aren't able to retain the possession, and straight away Matatu on attack. Renee Holmes, lovely drawn pass, Robbins-Retty in.
It's like what just happened there. It went, both sides of the ball. Great defence from the Blues, then it was a turnover, and it's just great scrambled attacking phase play there, and you do sense the momentum shift.
This woman's had a couple of nice touches as well, picking her timing to come into the line. This one, basically a similar position where she hit the upright just before Renee Holmes, leading point scorer in the competition this season. This time it's going to curl around and curl around and curl around, and she struck that beautifully. Renee Holmes, what a finish to the half for Matatu, and they will go into the break leading the Blues 19-11 in the first semi-final. Matatu lead the Blues in the first Super Rugby Aupiki semi-final. Let's hear from the assistant coaches, starting with the Blues, Carlos Spencer.
Carlos, your side's showing some good patience. What have you made of that first half?
Yeah, I think we can be reasonably happy. We started well, which we wanted. Put massive emphasis over that on the last couple of weeks. Probably a little bit of ill discipline's cost us, a couple of silly mistakes. So we just got to maintain that pressure through holding on to the ball for a little bit longer.
And so going into high-pressured situations, and particularly the last quarter, how do you game manage?
Yeah, good question. But for us, it's just about high tempo. We love playing the second half. We try and run the opposition off their feet by keeping hold of the ball. So that's just what we've got to do. We've got to keep hold of the ball, have a crack from anywhere, take risks when we need to, and just maintain ball. Just keep them under pressure with ball in here.
Describe your play beautifully. All the best for the rest of it.
Thank you.
What were some of the messages at half-time?
Yeah, look, we've got the win now, so we want to look to turn them around in the second half and use it to our advantage, and we've been pretty successful when we've been down that end, so we want to play a wee bit more down there.
Yes, certainly, and wind, it is really sunny out there. I'm not sure if the wind is picked up, but Blues have been putting a bit of pressure on you at set piece. What do you put that down to?
It's a tricky question. I don't like talking about referees at set piece time, but there's a bit of learning probably to do in there and around that. I'd love to see their tight head come in and go square. But we'll get that under control if he can't manage that. And look, we just want to play fast, expansive rugby and exciting footy that fans can watch.
Well, that's good honesty there, and all the best for the second half.
Thanks, mate.
Brilliant. How you say everything without needing to, Whitney Hanson and Carlos Spencer. As we get set for the second half of Super Rugby Aupiki semi-final number 1, Matatu leading the Blues 19-11. Matatu getting us underway. And that'll bounce out over the side. And is there a touch on it on the way through? No, it'll be a Blues throw to the line out. That's fallen on to Matatu's side, and some changes out there for Matatu. We'll get confirmation shortly as they swing hard onto attack again through Grace Brooker. Carried well in that first half and created a couple of good opportunities, and this is a way to start for them for Matatu. There is one of the changes, and 16, Nat Delamere on in place of George Ponsonby, the replacement hooker. Here's Nellis. And stopping play, I think Nellis has gone to ground awkwardly here, and clutching a knee. Cindy Nellis, referee stop play straight away.
Yeah, and their ball here because they had position.
And gee, doesn't look in great heart, Cindy Nellis.
Well, if we take a look at it here, see, oh, yeah, she's buckled under the tackle of Lafaele there. Oh, should be a massive loss. She's not able to stay on the field for Matatu. She's been such a huge asset to the side.
Well, they've just made a change in and around that area too at half-time. Had Matatu with Emma Dermody heading off the field, and Marcel Parks coming on in jersey 20, so presumably, and we'll get Sui to maybe check on this once we see them set, that means Alana Bremner was due to go back into lock and Parks at number 8.
Yeah, that's correct there, Ricky. Emma Dermody is off. Marcel Parks, probably predict what you have as well, Ricky, and she'll slip back into that locking. Look to likes of Marcel Parks with her ball carrying ability. Do hope that Nellis is in good hands here, or that she's okay. Got Nika Tiplady, the doctor, former Blackburn there, assessing it.
Referee giving his view of it, but it looks better than initially thought, Cindy. Now she's been good form for them too. The Canada International, of course, she played for the Blues last season, but has been stationed down in Canterbury for many years now. Civil engineer by trade, and coming back after some injuries and finding some good form. This is what we've got coming up though. Chiefs Manawa against the Hurricanes Poa, and I think we've got a Waikato woman and a Lower North Island, a Manawatu Wellington woman on one in each. Go at it, Honey Hirami Smiler and Christina Sue.
Oh, up to Manawa. Unbeaten, look at that. They come in the favourites, but Sue, you'll know better than me. I'm pretty sure Poa will be ready to give it to them.
Oh, they will. I mean, come into it as favourites and probably the heavyweights, but, you know, finals footies is a different kettle of fish, isn't it, Honey?
Yeah, here's our mark down here.
Sure is, and look, positive signs. She's back up on her feet.
Yeah, Sydney Nellis is going to pack down the scrum, so it's one way to test a knee out for the lock.
Time on.
And it will be, of course, he Matatu feet to the scrum. The referee blew it up because he did hear the injury, did see the injury in front of him. So great attacking chance here for Matatu.
Fine.
Nice, Chris, stay there.
Sit.
Controlled in the back bite, the number 20, that is Marcel Parks.
Advantage.
And they've drawn a penalty here. Have Matatu, away goes Parks, bursting off the back of the scrum. Great charge from the number 8. Kelly will play halfback, it's there for Love. And now the captain, Bremner. Alana Bremner just a couple of metres short. Matatu looking for first points in the half. Jenkins. Held up by Veliko, another penalty advantage for Matatu as Rule goes close and is just turned away from the line.
Stay there, stay. Move!
Pick and go from Matatu. Delamere might fancy it as well.
Stay here, stay.
In fact, Heaney will clear. And now Kelly with a crossfield kick, playing under advantage. Maliapo will bring this in and they'll go back for the penalty.
There's a scrum one and then offside as well. So you get two.
Well, that's a good phase of play from Matatu. They've come out firing in the second half. After a small injury break to Nella, she's back on her feet and she's already heavily involved.
Which is probably like just
the first scrum of the half, and already they make a statement with that. They get some good traction off it. Marcel Parks comes in off the bench. She makes a good decision, run off the back there.
Sorry?
Interesting to see if they take some points here.
No, it's out here though. That's probably where she is there. It's there. We'll go here.
Well, Alana Bree was just they were playing under two advantages, so she was just checking where the best option was of the two penalties to take.
No, back 10 feet.
Which gives you an indication of the intent, because Holmes is going to go for the line here.
Offside.
Honey, you spoke about their set piece before coming in, and Marcel Parks being immediate impact. Line-out success here so far for Matatu is 74%.
That's a good throw from Delamere to Jenkins, hitting the target, and now rumbling forward is Matatu. It's been funneled back to Delamere under the right wing of Nat Delamere, but she's stopped just by Veliko. Squeeze back for Heaney, now Bremner. Blues being asked to make some tackles here early in the first half. Jenkins has just been a tyro in it, everything, Lucy Jenkins. Love buries the head, can't get through. Hearty Blues defence again. Nice and organised so far, the Blues on their line.
Well, Matatu forwards really putting their hand up here. They're throwing everything at this Blues defensive line. I tell you what, Lucy Jenkins, with ball in hand and her angled running lines, they do well to keep her out. as well as Pip Love. She's had a couple of surges for the line. The contact between her and Eloise Blackwell has been pretty fierce.
Good readjustment.
We know it's only 4 minutes into this, but they're certainly playing in the right areas of the field is Matatu. You spoke about a couple of key individuals, Pip Love in particular, Honey, but I also think it's her work off the ball as well. She's actually cleaning out rucks as well, in support, as well as being a ball carrier. And this is certainly the area they need to be in if they want to continue to extend this lead.
Oh, you're right. Okay. Time's going to go back on now. Thanks. Time's going to go back on. Your scrum. Time on.
Veteran of 25 tests now, Pip Love, of course. That World Cup winning squad. Oh, they got a bit of a lesson last week at times.
Keep our space, yeah. Deep balance.
Fronted up well so far. Big scrum here for the Blues to try and repel the threat of Matatu.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Heaney in and out quickly it comes as Matatu, little switch of play for Matieli, who should come right off her wing over to the other side and has now come through back to the left, and they'll keep swinging this way through Parks, who's had a couple of good carries since coming on at half-time. Heaney for Reynolds, barrels into the defensive line. Rules turn to carry this time. Matatu's forwards rolling the sleeves up, going to work. Squeezes out again as Love comes around the corner. Inching towards this line, Matatu Nellis. She was down, but she ain't out at the moment. Almost there. Heaney scrambles it across, tipped on nicely. Now Robbins-Letty looking for the corner. She got it down in there. On for a hat-trick here. Shay Robbins-Letty will have to check. She came up with a lot of confidence, Robbins-Letty.
Okay, Lee, we're going to come to you. We've got an on-field decision of try. Grounding's good. Can you please just check touch and goal? Thanks.
Well, she's definitely confident that she scored that, and how impressive. See her, she goes straight to the air. She switches hands, ball in the air there. She's off the ground. Oh, looks like there's separation there.
Or is there, Honey? I'm not sure on that one.
Yeah.
It looks as though there was separation, but then potentially regathered it. TMO Lee Jeffries is next door to me. We'll see what her decision is.
Yeah, so she's knocked the ball on, lost position. So it's going to be no try. And she's knocked the ball on in goal, is that correct? So it'll be a goal line dropout restart? Okay, yeah. No try.
Well, they've gone all the way back to halfway, so convinced was Matatu. It was a heck of an effort from Robbins-Letty.
Drop out, but I'll go explain to them. So it's knock on in goal.
We have to appreciate the skill set in that. She's in the air, she swaps hands with the ball. Fortunately, just slips off the fingertips of her hand. But she has been so dangerous this semi-final. She's making hard work, making the likes of Colossi work hard defensively.
Okay, so
that's impressive.
So it's a goal line dropout for the Blues. What's that wind doing down there, Sui?
Oh, it hasn't picked up. So, I mean, we saw this last week and they went short and it resulted in a try. And,
just regathering, and it's fallen nicely for Colossi. They went short there, the Blues. It hung up and allowed McMenamin and Colossi to combine. Blues still having to work it from inside their own half, though. Cotterell for Fisher. First time the Blues have really had their hands on the ball in this half, but that's a good hit and a good read from Duplessis in defence for Matatu. Blackwell. Puckett, and now they'll shift it along. A little juggle from Demant, then a nice ball floated over the top for McMenamin, who started it all and is good roaming in the loose, the veteran Lucy. Charmaine McMenamin. Great clear out comes in from Mikaele Tu'u. Veliko, dangerous powers through one, and then it still just takes a couple more to bring her down. McMenamin. Mikaele Tu'u holds on just. It's a bit messy for the Blues. And the ball comes slowly for Puckett scooting away. Bremner almost over that ball, not quite. Cottrell to the line. Well, they've peeled off meters and they've drawn a penalty here. They've caught Matatu offside. Fisher made their way 80-odd metres up the field. Here as Cottrell clings on just and then spins it. The hands are great from Nungo out wide. McMenamin has been in everything. Brunt. Cottrell again, keeping the ball in hand, the Blues, just what was asked of them at the half-time break. Puckett, Veliko. Gee, she's tough to stop the strength from Chris Veliko. Now they line up once more. Mikaele to a lovely little shift out the back. Maliepo to the line. Maliepo powering through. Maliepo over.
Well, we're in for a real arm wrestle between Matatu and Blues. And the Blues, similar to the first half, they had all the possession, but the second half they've had practically none. But their first entry into their own 22, and they turn it into points. And again, it comes from this kickoff. That's end-to-end football. Hats off to the likes of McMenamin and Veliko, who were heavily involved in the build-up to this try. And exactly what Coach Carlos Spencer asked for was around high tempo and running them off their feet. The balls, the offloads, it was all coming together. But Maliepo, she slipped through this tackle here between Delamere and Duplessis. It's a great try from the Blues.
Kristen Cotterill had the juggle to hold on, and under pressure converts the extra two, and there's just 1 point in it with half an hour to play in the semi-final. It's Matatu leading the Blues 19-18.
Oh, we certainly have a game on our hand, and they just went end to end, the Blues. Just lovely touches, and they showed that patience. They showed their style of play, and they're staying true to it. We do have a sub for the Blues. Blackburn, Ariana Baylor. Ariana Baylor has made her way onto the field for Mal Puckett, who's had an outstanding season.
Oh, Dement opts to play at this and then slicing her way through Ruahei Dement. The Blues captain scooting off. She's got Vahakolo. Vahakolo is Dement, and none will stay in support. And they're up over halfway after the kickoff. Baylor, first touch for her. What a player to bring on at this moment. There she is in 21. As they're on the front foot once more, the Blues. Out the back, Maliepo. Holding and standing in the tackle, did well as Lafayette. Baylor as they keep pushing left. Listen to Maliepo demanding it. Cotterill. Cotterill ghosting her way around. Got the mismatch inside and out. Baylor loses her footing. Went the wrong way, did Cotterill. She had Colossi open, but the Blues still press. Fisher, Mikaele Tu'u, and then they've lost control of the Blues. And they've left points on the park there.
Well, that's a vital tackle from Grace Brooker, because I tell you what, Blues had 4 or 5 numbers still left in their line. Down to Matatu's 2 defenders. They were sure to gain some points there, but look at the intent here to run. They're finding space. They're using the width so well with Blues. And their ball retention has been excellent.
It certainly makes for some exciting rugby. I think, like you said, Ricky, she may have botched this try, but had options right and left. But we do have some substitutions here. Pip Love is coming off for Steph Tuohaere Fox, the number 18. What a legend to bring her onto the field. She's made great impact on the games that she has played, has Steph Tuohaere Fox.
Yeah, she was good off the bench last week for them, Tuohaere Fox. Yes, Kristen Cotterill just gets a bit of a patch-up job as well. She is Tuohaere Fox. Kendra Reynolds is the player also being treated for Matatu, and I think she's limping to the side and coming towards you. So another one down. That's Safito Lafaeli. That looks like a cramp, but concern for Kendra Reynolds for Matatu.
Yeah, she'll be a loss if she goes. I mean, her ball playing ability, her ball carrying, and just a real menace in the breakdown. But she looks all smiles and happy chatting to Anika Tip Lady there, but it might be a forced substitute here. I'll get that number for you shortly as to who her replacement will be.
Well, there's confirmation because Sarah Ngama there with the black headband, the Wallaroos international, she'll come on, so you'd expect she'll go into lock, and that means Bremner will move again back out of the second row and back into the loose, and oh, there's trouble here too.
Yeah, and we also have Shannon Ni Leota. Her new married name is Ika Hihifo. She comes on for injured Lafele, and she brings a lot of experience with her, does Ika Hihifo. Played for Ponsonby, 25 games for Auckland.
Crouch. Bind.
Well done, eh?
Sit.
You saw that scrum out.
Play it. Stay there.
Oh, Parks did well to get rid of it in the end as the Blues got a little shove on.
Stay. Go now.
Holmes with her very good right boot to send this down deep into Blues territory. Mully-Ipple, though, you know, she's going to be dangerous and have a crack. Gets rid of one, finds Cotterill back on the inside. Boot all taped up, ready to go again. McMenamin, as Siohaere Fox puts a shot on her.
What's available?
Roos runs into, here's Ngama in 19. Cotterill for Fisher. Look to tip it on Sophie Fisher, but instead it's back there for Baylor. Roos. And again, now Cotterill. This is where they've been really tricky. And look at the footwork of Kristen Cotterill. And finally, Holmes again just makes a rock-solid tackle at fullback. Ball spills clear, and Matatu with another let-off. And might like to have a little run themselves. Duplessis, a little in and away. And that's gone forward, but yeah, they will go back and play the original knock-on. How's the footwork, though, from Cotterill?
Both the footwork from Cotterill and Mully-Ipple. And back play, I mean, the Blues have just come out firing. We thought it was all Matatu in the opening 10. The Blues have responded well. She gets the inside ball. Step on Sarah Naikama here, but again, Renee Holmes so reliable at the back. She's having to do a lot of cover defence.
I tell you, in the crowd, you probably don't see them because they're trying to find some shade, but they're certainly enjoying this game as well. A real tussle that we have on our hands.
Yeah, they've shoveled themselves right up the back of the stand under the concourse in that warmth. Heaney clears away once more for Kelly, and this time Sabuta Rosie Kelly. That sends it down to Mully-Ipple, playing a dangerous game if they're going to keep sending it back to Mully-Ipple like this, though, as she peels off another 20 metres. Baylor for Cotterill. Oh, shooting up out of the line. Duplessis did well. Blackwell. Fisher has been prominent with ball in hand, or Mully-Ipple made the smart decision trying to not shovel that on and instead took the tackle of Duplessis, who's making a lot of tackles. Amy Duplessis in the middle for Matatu. Siohaere Fox trying to rip that ball away. Can't do so as Veliko looks after it. Fisher again out for Demand. And then quick hands on once more, and the wraparound is great. Mikaeli Tu'u in the thick of it. Now Vahakolo. How's the skills from Liana Mikaeli Tu'u? Fisher this time, little short ball drop down for Demand. Roos can't hold on, and it's back in Matatu hands for Bremner and now Heaney.
Final screen.
Playing advantage as Daihini weaves her way through the defences. And again, they'll settle all back down, and we'll go back and play a scrum, basically back where we were about 2 minutes ago.
Well, it's been desperate defence from Matatu, and they've done really well to stop the Blues' entourage here, but the ball play between the backs and the forwards of the Blues has been impressive. Veliko heavily involved. Sophie Fisher, a couple of pop passes from her, and this is the skill set that the Blues have the ability to call on.
Blue 4. Oh, no, this side.
And it's paying
Blue
off
4.
for them. They've really got themselves back into this game. There's 1 point in it. Discipline's going to be key at these moments because anything kickable are fairly short. Both teams will be looking for that option.
Come on. Let's go.
The no-numbered player is Mama Vaipulu, coming on to replace Eloise Blackwell.
She's had a good game, Eloise has, and Mama Vaipulu, man, she was outstanding in round 2, was player of the match for the Blues, so not a bad replacement.
Bind. Sorry, start again. What's this shit? Okay. Yep.
Oh, I'm not even going to back.
Let's be steady. Just hold our weight. Hold our weight out the back. Yeah. Thank you. Keep our space.
Well, last week you saw the Blues front row. They put in a big shift. They played some big minutes. So we're interesting to see here if changes come in early because Veliko and Fisher have been very busy.
Bind. Sit. Stay here.
Brooker stabs a little kick through for Matieli to chase, and it sits up into the hands. Great support from Duplessis to get Matatu back on the front foot, exiting out of their own half. Rule crashes onto it, clattering into Vaipulu. Ngama. And now Holmes with a crossfield kick. Lots of open space here as all Robbins-Retty catches up but can't control the ball. It hung up for her. And then the last bit of skill let her down.
Well, it's a good option from Matatu because they've been camped down in their own red zone for the last 12, 13 minutes. So you can see the option to turn to the kick there, try and gain them some field position. Unfortunately, this one here, not quite going to hand for Shay Robbins-Retty.
And that was the absolute correct decision there from Holmes. That's where all the space was. Blues, their defensive line is quite narrow, so if they can get those balls to the edges and execute that skill, man, they'll be looking to extend this lead.
Sit. Stay.
So Blues back inside their own half, but you know they'll run it from here. Or Brunt, the dipping ball, couldn't control it as it's hacked through by Matatu. And that is a big game for Matatu. And that gives us a chance to go down and have a chat with their hooker, Georgia Ponsonby, having a rest on the bench. Georgia, boy, it is a willing second half. What do you think the key is for your team?
Yeah, I think we're just getting, letting the Blues get a bit of momentum at the moment with our defence, letting them make too many metres, high tackles and things like that. So we know that as soon as the Blues get momentum, they get their heads up, so we need to chop and stop.
Georgia, there's been plenty of chat in the scrum area here. How do you think your team's going?
Yeah, it's definitely a good tussle. Yeah, that's all I can say, really. I think, yeah, the two forward packs are pretty even, but yeah,
very diplomatic of you, Georgia. We appreciate your time. We'll let you get back and watch the action. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Off the bat goes. Oh, Marcel Parks backwards and then forwards. And the pressure's coming on. The mistakes are being made. Which team's going to crack first in this final 20 minutes?
Winning moments, girls.
Well, a lot of handling errors starting to creep into both sides here. And you put a lot of that down to the fatigue that will start to creep in because this game has been all action, all high tempo.
Whatever Whitney Hansen said at half-time to her forward pack about the scrum stability has paid dividends. It's a lot more stable with the platform, and Daihini, when she gets the ball in hand, man, she's electric.
Fine. Sit. Down. Restart. Yeah, both teams. Yeah. Let's just keep our space, both sides. Keep our space, get it high up, yeah. Thanks.
We were saying, well, we question why would you put the world's best player out of a most familiar position, but look at the options they've got there, honey, with Maliepa one side and Cotterill the other.
Yeah, they got firepower across the park, and we've seen them, they're willing to play running rugby.
Approach.
And when you have the likes of Maliepa and the firepower of Kolosi and Vahakolo out on the edges.
Good shot from Matatu, and it's the way of Maliepa that they do go. That brings Vahakolo. Now they switch back for Cotterill, and she's got Dement with her. Dement and Brunt charging through the defences. She's such an abrasive runner. The offload is brilliant from Sylvia Brunt. Ball is slow coming out. Ngama flirted with danger, but just did enough to just slow that ball. Cotterill again. Veliko goes in to play halfback, and they've got some good skill set. These tight forwards, well, for both teams, the Blues this time. And now pinched away by Heaney out of nowhere. So quick out of nowhere, she wasn't onside.
Not clearly onside.
She's not arguing the point, is she, Dahini?
9 green. Yeah, who is it? Number 1's going to start. Let's go number 1.
Let's go, Cindy! Get up, Cindy!
We can see here, again, Sylvia Brunt. I mean, she has been the best of that with the offload and contact. So dangerous with ball in hand. And had she got the timing right here, I'll tell you what, Maliepa was up in the line, she would have been gone. You see some changes coming in here, Christina.
Yes, coming in jersey number 17 is Tuka Natua. She's replacing Chris Villigor, who's had a good day at the office. Tuka comes in with some experience. She's a former Blackburn, played for Cook Island League. So again, showing the depth that they have, the Blues, on the bench.
Great quick ball off the top from Roos, and that gives the Blues backline a chance to play. Dement can't get it through this time, though, and Jenkins is there to snaffle loose ball as it broke down, but Dement will win it back. She's so hungry, though, hey, Dement, for every possession. There's Roos again. Let's come off a Matatu hand, so it'll be Blues ball. Baylor, Kolosi. Hasn't had the space yet, Jamie Kolosi, but has done well to get that back now for Fisher. Matatu having to defend hard again as Brunt juggles and juggles and holds on and then goes in under one tackle. Players peeled away here for the Blues and back play. They had a bit of friendly fire, but they'll play on up through the middle. And now McMenamin. It might be Ikahipo, Shannon Ikahipo. No, it's Nunua, in fact. Grace Nunua is going to hobble back into position. Here's Natua.
She's not on the ball. Stay there.
Back and ready to run is Grace Nunua, but it goes through by Pulu. Blues now happy to keep it in tight for a bit.
Stay up, arriving players.
And just muscle their way forward for a wee while. Fisher. Not finding a little crack or any way through at the moment, the Matatu defence, but they are making meters. Are the Blues. McMenamin going close. They're pinching them and pinching in, and then it's pinched back. Couldn't release it out of there, Charmaine McMenamin. Rock solid defence on their line.
And it's a high five between Jenkins and Haide Fox. Once again, coming up with such a power play, getting in over that ball. Such a weapon in that area. Huge, huge work rate from her.
Scrum, thanks.
You feel the Blues, they were really building. And I tell you what, Matatu did really well to hold their discipline there.
Number 11, green.
Yeah, they're showing relentless defensive efforts upon efforts. They come into this match having made the most tackles. We have a substitute here. Shante Pako comes in jersey number 23 for Mataele.
Come on.
Well, we'll probably see the likes of Amy Duplessis. She'll shift out to the wing. Shante Poko will shift into 10, 12.
Crouch! Bind!
Into the final 15 minutes now, and it's Matatu with 1 point. There is Poko, and she'll use a good boot to try and dig them out of trouble. And that is a really good exit from Shante Poko coming into the game.
Oh, it's a massive asset that Shante Poko offers her side in terms of her kicking game, but also you'll see her, she'll take a real lead role in organising her backs.
You'd probably know her fairly well. Honey, being a league player, plays for WNRL Knights, great organiser, great distributor, and you already mentioned her kicking game.
Backwards.
Baylor goes back and tidies up for the Blues. Demand again just looks to shift. It's attitude to run and then handled on. The hands are great from Nunwell again. Gee, she's good in the wide channels as Grace Nunwell, the hooker, Vaipulu. And now Demand just clatters into Jenkins and Delamere. Ball's out there for Roos now to play. Stands in the tackle. Jenkins again making another one there, and they'll get a penalty, the Blues.
Oh, Martin's here. Top corner. Go. 5 green,
Well, we've seen it a number of times
Didn't
from the
come the whole
Blues.
round.
They love a switchback
5
play, and they're constantly flirting with that sideline. They look for the inside support runners. Cotterill, she's going to go for the line there. They're going to back their line out.
Well, Cotterill's put them right down 5 metres out from the line here. Matatu asked to defend once more.
This is a big play moment. Had the crowd waving their flags and the MC trying to G them up.
Yeah. Come in.
To the middle they go, and Roos brings it down. They got the first shove on, did Matatu, but now the Blues start rolling.
Once, nine.
They need to get moving forward again here. It's in the back with Fisher. And now Vaipulu, the player with no number. Mama Vaipulu goes to ground. 4 metres short of the line. The Blues come at Matatu again. Here's Tukanatua. Baylor looks for her runners, picks out Mikaeli Tu'u. Just the player you want to pick out there, close to the line. Liana Mikaeli Tu'u puts the Blues in front.
Well, look at the smile on her face, and she absolutely deserves it. She has been so busy. Such an uncompromising player as Liana Mikaeli Tu'u. You see the likes of Natua, she buries her head in here. And they find some space. She charges for the line. How good for the Blues.
Yeah, we haven't seen her ball carrying as often as we'd like, and open field play, she's passing, distributing, but we know the power that she brings, and that came at the back of Cindy Nelson's discipline and the breakdown that allowed the Blues to go kick for touch and get a lovely set piece there. And so moving into this last 10 minutes, both sides are going to have to be disciplined because it could turn either way.
Kristen Cotterill. Just to give them a little more of a buffer, the Blues. can't do so under pressure, so it is still the Blues who nudge in front, though. Just 4 points in it now, 23-19.
Well, you can feel it coming. I mean, Matatu's defence has stood strong. It's been under all sorts of pressure, and they'll be asked to defend again on this restart. See if they go short here.
21 years old, 11 test matches, Rugby World Cup winner Liana Mikaeli-Tu'u's put her team in front in the Super Rugby Aupiki semi-final. Matatu go short and shallow. Big contact and a penalty for Matatu holding on. Grace, none more.
Oh, it's an important penalty too for Matatu. When you look at the defence and how busy they have been, 161 tackles to the Blues 76. They have been busy and they have constantly had to defend. You can see they're so busy. They've had very minimal position, but now they get opportunity to get themselves back in front in this game.
3 and 9. But
we've got some substitutions coming. What a player to bring on, a number 17, Una Palu. She'll be looking to make an impact with her ball carrying ability. She's on for Amy Rowe.
Okay, let's go.
And also Georgia Cormack comes in jersey number 21.
Well, I think, Sue, you might, Christina, you're right, but Daihini was heading off, but she's still back out there, so they've held fire on the halfback change for now. And there is Daihini, who was heading off. Instead, she's putting her team onto attack as they go out the back. It's shovelled along the line. Brooker just catches up with it. And now Holmes, Robbins-Letty, who's shown her quality finishes in this game. Kelly, Ngama, she's got Palu in support. Player down and back play for Matatu. Amy Duplessis as that one just spills through the hands, but Bremner's quickest to the loose ball and retains possession for Matatu. Fuel Heidi Fox, and there's advantage again. Blues getting up too quickly offside. More pressure coming on. Kelly goes that cross-field kick again. This time trying to get to it was Robbins-Letty and can't quite hang on, so they'll go back for the penalty.
No number. Hold on, back here.
Yeah, I think it's Vaipulu has been pinged for offside. You see the urgency of them wanting to get good line speed on Matatu, keep them out of this game, but Matatu managed to pull together a few phases. They're shifting the defence of the Blues. We use a kick here.
No, that's good, that's good, that's good.
Thought she'd overcook that for a minute.
Oh, Sylvia Brunt with the big hit there. But Duplessis had a good game, and they go quickly.
Quick ball again here for Matatu, trying to raise the stakes in the final 10 minutes of the semi-final. Duplessis offload for Parks. Just 5 metres short, Marcel Parks. They keep plugging out to the right. Robbins-Letty this time around the corner. She does get her hat-trick, and Matatu take the lead again.
Oh, Shale Robbins-Letty. She has been fantastic this whole game. She was denied earlier in the half, but she makes no mistake of it this time. And the ball here, you see the initial break come in from Duplessis, slices through the tackle of Sylvia Brunt. But the ball comes out quickly. Shante Puko, big skip pass out to Shea Robbins-Letty. She's in.
I'm going to put it down to Pulu holding that channel too. I mean, get the ball to her and stop her 5 metres out as well. But I think that was quite a good hold from Matatu to have Daihini stay on the field. It was quick distribution, lovely change of angle from Duplessis. I mean, the momentum's shifting, but what a game we had.
What a game indeed. It is Matatu nudging back in front. 3 tries for Shale Robbins-Letty, 1 for Kendra Reynolds, 4 tries to 3. The earlier penalties for the Blues. There's Renee Holmes, one of the best goal kickers going at the moment. And this one stays straight as an arrow. Renee Holmes converts the try of Robins-Wetty again. And Matatu just extend their lead ever so slightly here in the Super Rugby Aupiki semi-final. And they lead 26-23.
Well, starting to feel a little bit like the Blues Crusaders game last week. It was tit for tat, only very minimal points in it. It's going to go down to the wire, this one.
And Georgia Cormack's on in jersey number 21 for Daihini.
Tricky little restart from the Blues, and it just falls for McMenamin. So straight back onto attack come the Blues. Demant. Up the middle goes Tukanatua. All her experience. Baylor digs it out for Cotterill now. Mikaeli Tu'u. Fisher throws a loose ball this time for Brunt. Need to be very aware of the threats of the likes of Sylvia Brunt. Now Cotterill again. She's been so dangerous, ball in hand. Just up to the 22 go the Blues once more. Maliepo will go to his skipper again, shoveling along for McMenamin. Back for Demant again. The offloads are sticking. Ikehihifo. Going to be an advantage here, surely a penalty. Matatu player not getting out of there at all. Ngama it was. Cotterill. Mikaeli Tu'u. That one funneled back and stolen by Nellis. They'll go back to the penalty though.
What do they do here?
I was thinking the same, honey. What do they do? Do they try and even it out and go to extra time potentially, or will they go for the line out? Perhaps a driving maul. Game management is going to be absolutely crucial here, and Rua Demant will take a couple of deep breaths, call her players in, and maybe try and make the right decision.
Liana Mikaeli Tu'u
Just checking our scoreboard clocks, right, Ava?
down at the moment.
Yeah, thanks.
And if they decide to go to the line, they've done well in that area with their line out so far.
Yeah, just to confirm too, so it's not golden point, it's extra time. So if scores are level at full time, we'll go 10 minutes each way. And then, well, there's all sorts of permutations if we get through that and we're still square, but not golden point. It is extra time, 10 minutes each way if we are all even at full time.
You can see the leadership coming in there from the likes of Renee Holmes at Demant, chatting with their team. They know how important these next few moments are in this game. These teams are fighting for a final spot for next week.
So we've got 4 minutes to go. That clock's going to go forward a minute. 10 minutes. Time on. Yeah. Tackle not bowling.
Yeah, they're going for the line.
Blues going to the line out.
It's a big play, big moment. Could be game changing.
So we're checking the score clock too as well. There's under 5 minutes to play now. And Matatu have got really well organised to halt the Blues in their drive here. And it's really difficult for Baylor to get it out there. Heidi Fox has got herself in all over that, the veteran. And she's given the Blues what for as well. What a big play from Steph Heidi Fox.
Well, that's a huge moment for Matatu. 3 minutes left here. Patience is absolutely key. They back their driving more. I tell you what, Matatu put all their players in.
Can get that shot.
What a massive play for the legend herself, Steph Heidi Fox. She's played 105 games for Canterbury. She had her hands on the ball and she was not letting it go because she knew as soon as that player collapses or goes to ground that the possession is then theirs. Massive play.
Locks it. Crouch.
3 points.
Bind.
Less than 3 minutes.
Set.
Matatu leading the Blues in the semi-final as Cormack threads away and Brooker is the player who'll carry out for Matatu. Oh, it's an awkward ball for Poko, but she's got a good book. It's Sky back in field, though, so the Blues get a chance to threaten again. Maliepo goes wide for Brunt as Duplessis shoots up on her, misses, and Brunt keeps going. Baylor, Cotterill. What sort of magic can she weave, Kristen Cotterill? Matatu have defended their socks off all season, and they really need to aim up in the final 2 minutes. Mikaelitsu, on the charge, saw the angle run, Baylor picked her out, just stopped, shy of the 22. McMenamin for Cotterill. Ikehihifo, no, Cotterill goes back in instead. Charging forward again, Brunt just bursting onto that ball. Massive clear out, but illegally so. I think it's Mikaelitsu who came in from the side, and Matatu get the penalty. What worked from Lucy Jenkins once more.
Oh, 100% Lucy Jenkins. She has been immense for Matatu throughout this game. She finds herself in the right position at the right time.
Let's go.
And you cannot get anything past her. It's a huge, huge turnover for Matatu.
You spoke about it before, Ricky, about Matatu defending their socks off. Man, they've just been absolutely relentless and defending with so much heart and passion and a never give up attitude. If they can launch from this set piece, wow, it's going to be fairly entertaining.
Matatu seconds away now. They have to finish it. They go to the front, and Ngama brings it down. Matatu can control the ball. They can control the clock. There's nothing the Blues can do at the moment to get their hands on it as Delamere has it. Now she has to shift. Here's Poko. Siren's gone in the background. If Matatu get rid of it, they'll be in the final. Delamere takes one more. Corbett bends it away. They didn't win a game last year. And now Matatu will play for the title. They go through to the final of Super Rugby Aupiki. It is Matatu who beat the Blues 26-23. Well, what a finish. They were gutsy. They were tough. Tit for tat throughout this game, Honey Henemy Smiler. And in the end, Matatu, the delight on their faces.
Oh, well, both teams look for a complete performance. And you couldn't pick which way this one was going to go. But Matatu, they come up with the goods in the dying minutes of this game. And Shea Robbins-Reti there played a big hand in that with a hat-trick. Such a dominant performance. They'll take massive motivation for that as they head into the final. Sit and wait to see who they'll catch up with next week.
Alana Bremner, the captain, pleased with the work of her team for the Blues. Well, they threw everything at them, but couldn't execute in some of those key moments. And we can go now here. Ruby Tui standing downstairs with the victorious captain, Alana Bremner.
Wow, that was absolutely outstanding. Lance, what have you got to say about that win?
Oh, that was incredible. You can see how much it means to the girls there. Everyone back home that's helped us get here. Obviously, we've had 3 weeks, but this is the one that counts. So learned a lot of lessons along the way, but it was awesome to see it pay off out there.
Lance, you did it in style. We were on the edge of our seats. What was going through your mind in that last 5 minutes?
I was just thinking of Kendra and what she would say on defence from sitting on the side. Yeah, heart was racing, but it was awesome to see the girls, especially the ones that came off the bench, step up.
And you haven't won since you played these guys last. It's been a long and hard season for you guys. What do you think the change was this week?
Yeah, we have not put together a full 80 yet, so there was probably wasn't the full 80, but we definitely stepped it up a bit. You can see both teams, the improvements from week 1, and that's what this competition's all about.
I'm so excited for you and your team, Lance. Congratulations on making it to finals. Where do you go from here? How do you go another step after a performance like that?
Thanks, Rubes. Yeah, 6-day turnaround, so recovery will be massive. Looking forward to watching the next one, see who we'll come up against next week.
And I've got to say, Lance, any messages for your fans and the people that have come out today?
Just a massive thank you to everyone that supported Matatu from the start. Ngātu Hiriri, you know, everything they've given to us, our Matatu, our identity. This will mean so much to them back home.
Beautiful, Lance. All the best for finals, sis. Thank you. I did feel it. Lou, you're an amazing captain. You've had an amazing season. What do you got to say about your team in a game like that?
Yeah, semi-finals footy, as you know, is completely different. We had a season of 3 games to trial things, develop our style, figure out, you know, what kind of team are we, what kind of footy we like to play. And today was all about pulling that all together and executing that. We spoke about, you know, in past games we've been guilty of having soft moments and not trying to have soft moments today, and I'm really proud of the way that we were able to eliminate that out of our game. But got to give it to Matatu, you know, the opportunities that they got, they finished them, and we weren't so clinical.
I have to say, you know, you're right, the build-up was very short. This was a brand new backline, and the way you played was so exciting. We were on the edge of our seats, the whole crowd. How did you feel? Did you have that belief that you could have got it over the line in the end there?
Absolutely, I always believe in our team 100%. It doesn't matter who takes the field. The 15 out there are always the girls that are the best for the job and have the belief and trust of the team. And this week was no different despite the changes.
Tāhua, tēnā koe, wahine toa, and all the best for next week.
Tēnā koe, Rubes.
Great leader, Ruahei Dement. But it is Matatu who go through to the final of Super Rugby Aupiki. They beat the Blues 26-23.